Cobbas, welcome back to All Things Halo. So here is my Halo action figure tier list to see which company made the most consumer and collector friendly Halo action figures. So the companies that will be involved here are McFarlane Toys, Wicked Cool Toys, aka Jazwares, Mega, Mattel from the Halo Universe series of Halo figures, and also Joyride. All these companies are fantastic. Mostly did a good job, but some not so good. So what I'm looking at is just a basic outlook on articulation, nothing too crazy. Details, paint applications, weatherings, details, decals, everything like that. Quality control, issues with figures that come straight out of the box. So please take note that the Joyride Halo 1, Joyride Halo 2 will be graded differently, McFarlane Halo 3 and Halo Reach will be graded differently, and the Jazwares World of Halo, Spartan Collection and Spartan Collection Deluxe will be all looked at in their own kind of tier, just because they're so different. So here's the logos on screen just so you can make a mental note so you don't get confused about which one we're grading, but it'll be in the top left hand corner for your reference. So diving straight in, we're going to start off with the Jazwares Deluxe Spartan Collection figures. This is Thelvadim and he is the Arbiter from the Halo 5 kind of era Arbiter. But here are some points of articulation. Pretty decent, not too bad. Now, we're just going to check out the joints and just see how they feel. And honestly, they actually feel pretty good. I was quite surprised. His leg is just a touch loose, but you know, the rest of him is pretty good, except for that notorious chest piece, as everyone knows, is really quite floppy, but it's honestly not too bad in my case. Overall, articulation is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. His sculpt work is also absolutely amazing. Like, I am gobsmacked. Good job, Jazwares. This is absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to get more of these Spartan Collection Deluxe editions. We got a Jaeger on the way, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Like, the sculpt work is amazing, and the camera does not do it justice, let me tell you. If you're thinking about picking up this figure, 100% go and get it. Even like on his bare arm with the paint apps there and the red and the white paint, it is just cool. It could be a little bit better, but that's alright. It's still there. It's still cool. It's great. His leg sculpts are awesome. The armor plating's fantastic. The back of his legs, not too much detail going on there, but that thick booty boy is pretty good. But these awesome armor plating effect where they lap and just go down his back is absolutely amazing too. 100% A tier. So let's take a look at the Spartan Collection Series 1 Master Chief, and just as a quick side note, I have weathered mine, so yours may look a little bit different. So he's got quite a few articulated points on this figure, which is quite good. I do know that some people had some issues with their articulation and also joints popping off and stuff like that, and I totally understand because I've had some figures like that as well. My Master Chief thankfully is great. His helmet does pop off, but that is just from when I was weathering and dry brushing him. I didn't actually put the helmet back on properly. I've since then snapped it back into place and it is right as rain. So in terms of detail, that beautiful chrome visor, as always, is a very, 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 very welcome piece to this figure. I absolutely love it. The sculpt work and the armor detail is great. Like I said before, it just honestly lacks a good black wash and some proper silver dry brushing. They do kind of brush it on, but it's not a very good job at all. And sadly, you know, that really does put a dampener on the figure, which is quite upsetting because this figure is really cool. As you can see, mine's just been a little bit blackwashed and his details pop. Jazwares really needs to up their game in terms of dry brushing and weathering. So that's why this Master Chief is going to go straight into B tier. Now moving on to the figure that started it all, the Joyride Series 1 Master Chief. This guy is the absolute pinnacle of all Halo figures that we have today, and this is the very first figures that we had ever received. And how amazing does this guy look? Chrome visor, battle damage, tons and tons of articulation as you can see here. It's absolutely insane for a figure that's 15 to 20 years old. Just blows my mind. And the fact that all of his joints are still just as sturdy as they probably were once they came out of the packet, it just makes me wonder if, you know, some of these companies we have these days need to kind of, you know, just take a minute and look at these figures and really learn something from them. They're pretty much what we need in figures. But anyways, the details on this figure is absolutely amazing. The sculpt work just screams Halo Combat Evolved to me. It is just so one-to-one to the game, and it's absolutely amazing, and I love it so much. Arm has a duotone color, which is a little bit I'd prefer an entire color, but I'm not being picky because this figure is old. Like, I'm not stressed, but the details on this guy is absolutely amazing. It is a straight up S tier figure. It is going straight into S tier where it deserves to be and where it belongs. So now moving on to Halo 2 Joyride. So there's going to be two figures in this. It's going to be the Brute and Master Chief. I'll talk about the Brute first, as his sculpt work, amazing. Oh, I can't even talk. I am in love with this figure, honestly. Absolutely in love. The detail, amazing. The sculpt work, amazing. Paint applications, amazing. The brown and black washes on this figure, amazing. For a figure that is 15 years old, is absolutely godlike. The articulation is pretty good for a figure of this size. And not to mention, he's absolutely massive. It's honestly probably, if not one of the best Joyride figures ever produced. Like, the ODST is probably up there too, but anyways, let's take a look at Master Chief. So Master Chief has some decent articulation points, as you can see here. One thing that I do not like about this figure is that I feel like his legs look really skinny for some reason. I don't know why. It's just what I feel. And some of his joints are quite loose. He is a 15-year-old figure, so I'm not going to focus on that too hard. But his hands aren't even properly in. They're just kind of like a floating hand, which is a weird design choice. But it's still a great figure. Great paint apps, great sculpt work, chrome visor, Halo 2. It's absolutely amazing. These figures are going into S tier for sure. Now we're going to take a look at Mattel's Halo Universe series. This is Jerome from Series 2, and unfortunately this wave does not exist anymore, due to many factors. His articulation's actually quite good, I don't mind it, and I actually really like the Mattel series, but I'm just basing my opinions on a non-biased view. But they did not do very well. Interchangeable armor pieces in theory was a good idea, but you need to release more figures with the same colored armor so you can customize your own Spartan, not release them in different colors and then have a rainbow Spartan at the end of the day. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense. The sculpt work is there. If you dry brush and weather and black wash, I'm sure it will pop up fine. I did it for a Fred and it actually looks pretty sick. But anyways, he's got some decals on there, a couple bits of red in here and there. But, you know, like I said before, the sculpt work's there. It's just there's nothing to reinforce it. There's nothing to back it up, which is just so unfortunate. This reminds me of a really blown up Mega Bloks figure, and I feel like that's what they were going for, but it just didn't translate because Mega Bloks has so many different colors and this doesn't. So this is going straight into D tier. Moving on to Halo 3 McFarlane, I'm going to take a look at the Brute Chieftain and a Spartan EOD. I don't know if you guys remember buying McFarlane figures, it wasn't that long ago, but I felt like it was a bit Russian roulette-y. It was just so, you buy a figure, it's going to move, it's going to be great, and then you take it out of the package, and it's so seized up, and it's so bad. Like, it just made me so sad, because some of these figures are absolutely gorgeous. Like, this Brute Chieftain is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite figures in terms of sculpt and paint work. It's amazing. It's god tier. McFarlane, hands down to you, great job. But the fact that you had a chance, or a very high chance, of getting a seized up figure sucked. I know there's a hot water trick and stuff like that, but we shouldn't really have to do that. My EOD figure came straight out of the box and it was exactly like this. It's half loose, half seized, and the beautiful blue color and the orange and the white and the black washing is beautiful. It's just a shame that you can't move these figures because you're scared you're going to snap off all their limbs. It's happened to me so many times. It's so annoying. And just for that, S tier for looks and everything like that, but straight up a C tier for practicality and overall usage. Now moving on to McFarlane's better work, I'll be taking a look at this ODST and also an Elite Invasion General. So this ODST is beautiful, beautiful colors, beautiful contrast, beautiful armor, just downright beautiful. Look how much articulation is in this tiny little figure. Plus, very rare is that I would actually get seized joints. So that's a massive improvement, massive. Just look at all this detail packed into this tiny figure. It's amazing. Thank you, McFarlane. This is what I wanted back in Halo 3. The Elite Invasion General is just masterpiece. This guy is 1, beautiful. 2, contrasts so well with yellow ornamentation. 3, it's fully new articulated elites. Some people probably don't like that. I like both Halo 3 and Reach elites, but this guy's absolutely beautiful. This is what we want in a Halo figure, and especially an elite. It is absolutely amazing. its articulation is good too, not too loose, no seizure of joints. I think I've got one elite with a seized leg, but other than that, I've had no issue. It is such a massive upgrade from Halo 3 McFarlane, and that's what I truly appreciate. I would prefer to buy Halo Reach McFarlane over Halo 3 any day of the week. They've just made a stride in their improvement, which is absolutely amazing. The only thing that they did was give these elite curved feet so you couldn't stand them up, so they'd fall over all the time. It's so bloody annoying, but I have custom made stands, so I'm all good with that. I just chuck them on a stand and be done with it. These McFarlane Halo Reach toys are going to go straight into S tier. They are beautiful. Good job, McFarlane. So moving on to the smallest articulated figure, and this Halo figure is made by Mega Blocks, or Mega Constructs. Take your pick, they change their name like they change their clothes. He's very highly articulated, and he actually looks absolutely amazing. His articulation feels great. It's not too loose, it's not too tight, it just feels nice and pliable, like you'd be able to pose him. It's really good. I do know of some QC issues with these little Mega Bloks figures. Some come with missing parts, some come with like 2 left legs or 2 right legs or whatever, or missing pieces. That is very unfortunate because you don't want to be missing pieces, especially when it's a buildable figure. That's just really frustrating. But other than that, it's pretty good. Like I haven't heard too much. I know their distribution can be quite choppy. I think it's more of a US kind of Europe thing. We don't really get much of those here in Australia, unfortunately. But anyways, moving on. This guy is definitely going to go straight into a B tier. So jumping straight into the Wicked Cool Toys Jazwares Master Chief. This little world of Halo scale is awesome. He's highly articulated. He's great. He's in scale to the world, so that's a nice touch. He definitely needs some weathering and some blackwash. Like I said about the Spartan collection, Jazwares does need to pick up their game with that. But hopefully in time we'll start to see some improvements, as they do like to fix their mistakes, which is nice to see. So his articulation is good. I know there's been some quality control issues with this wave and series in particular, but I do know it's getting better. For example, Escharum. Escharum is absolutely fantastic. New articulation brute, beautiful details, weathering, blackwash, decals, everything. Beautiful. They've really been paying attention to the detail, which is good. Some quality control issues, yes. All we can do is just hope for the best and hope it gets better. I have faith in Jazwares and Wicked Cool Toys. They have really done so many more improvements over the last couple waves, which is really nice in both World of Halo and Spartan collections, so that's good. But I definitely think this figure is probably at the moment sitting at a B tier. And that brings us to the end. Up in S tier, we've got Joyride from Halo 1, Joyride Halo 2, McFarlane Toys Halo Reach, Jazwares Spartan Collection Deluxe. In A tier, B tier we have the Spartan Collection, Mega Constructs, Mega Bloks or Mega, and Wicked Cool Toys. Down in C tier we have Halo 3, McFarlane Toys, and down in D tier is the Mattel Universe series of Halo figures. Let me know if you agree with me. If you don't, comment down below. Let's have a chat. I tried to keep it as unbiased as possible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll be posting some more whenever I can. I've just been super busy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.